This is the Hunter Warfield video. Hi, I'm consumer protection attorney Bill Clanton, and I've helped hundreds of folks, just like me and you, deal with debt collection harassment, inaccurate credit reporting, and other consumer-related matters. In this video, I'm going to talk about Hunter Warfield, who they are, where they are, and their history of following the law. Hunter Warfield is based in Tampa, Florida. They are a rental debt collection agency. Their debt collection practice is focused on collecting debts that arise from rental agreements. Apartment leases is typically what people think of when they think of rental debts. These debts have lots of issues. People move out and they tell their landlord that they're moving out, and the landlord agrees to let them move out early, but the management of the apartment complex doesn't agree with the landlord's decision. They don't tell the tenant that, and they end up charging the tenant for back rent that there's an agreement not to charge. Oftentimes a tenant will move out and the apartment will inspect the property and say that the property was damaged in an amount that exceeds the security deposit. They'll send these amounts off to collections with Hunter Warfield. There are lots of issues with these debts. Those are just a couple of examples, quick examples. Hunter Warfield has, in the Better Business Bureau, over 500 complaints, and they've been sued over 500 times in federal court. It doesn't include state court actions against them. Just in federal court, they've been sued about 500 times. That's for a company like Hunter Warfield, that's kind of typical. Like I said, there's lots of issues with these debts, and compliance with the federal laws is difficult when you have debts with these kinds of issues. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act is the #1 law that protects you from Hunter Warfield. What does the FDCPA do to protect you? It says that Hunter Warfield cannot make misrepresentations about the debt, about the character of the debt, the legal status of the debt, or the amount of the debt. They cannot threaten you, use obscenities or profanities in addressing you. They cannot threaten, harass, or abuse you. They cannot call you before 9 a.m. or after 8 p.m. They cannot threaten to take an action they're not legally entitled to take. Hunter Warfield cannot report information on your credit report that it knows to be inaccurate. And if you dispute the debt with Hunter Warfield, they have to report it on your credit report as disputed. If they don't, that's a violation of the FDCPA. They cannot charge amounts that are not provided for in the original contract. They cannot add fees or any other collection costs that are not part of the original contract. So what happens if they violate the FDCPA? Well, there's a statutory penalty of up to $1,000 per case, plus your actual damages, your attorney's fees, and costs. Another way they violate the FDCPA is in the letters they send you. Now, a debt collector like Hunter Warfield is required to send you a letter at as part of their initial communication, or within 5 days of their initial communication. So they can send you a letter that has this required language in it, or they can call you, but within 5 days of that call, they have to send out this letter. Now, what has to be in this letter? The amount of the debt, the current creditor of the debt, and certain information about how you can dispute it or request validation of the debt. And lots of times, the amount of the debt is incorrect, or the verification language is incorrect, or it's not clear who the creditor is. One way to check this is to look at your credit report and see the amount being reported there, and look at it in relation to the amount reported in the letter. If they're different, then there's a violation of the FDCPA right there, because it can't be one amount in your credit report and another amount in a collection letter. They have to agree. Other laws that apply to debt collectors like Hunter Warfield are the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, the TCPA. The TCPA says that if Hunter Warfield is going to call your cell phone with an auto dialer, they have to have your permission. If they don't have your permission, they cannot call you. And you can revoke your permission by just telling them, please stop calling me. That's it. That's all you have to tell them. If they call you with an auto dialer on your cell phone, then without your permission, then they are liable for $500 for each call they place to you. And if you can show they did it knowingly or willfully, the penalty is $1,500 per call. Those penalties add up very quickly. The other law that protects you is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The Fair Credit Reporting Act says that Hunter Warfield cannot report inaccurate data on your credit report. And if they do, you have the right to dispute it. And if, after that dispute, they do not correct the information, then you can sue them. What can you recover in a lawsuit under the Fair Credit Reporting Act? If you can show that they reported the information willfully, the inaccurate information willfully, you can get punitive damages. You can get actual damages, statutory damages, and you can recover your attorney's fees and costs. What kind of damages are there in a Fair Credit Reporting Act case? Well, it depends. And with a debt collector like Hunter Warfield reporting that you owe money to an apartment complex, then another apartment complex may not lease to you. It may affect their leasing decision. Hunter Warfield's inaccurate credit reporting, causing you to miss out on a lease. It could cause you to be declined for a mortgage or a car note. Or it could cause you to pay more in rent or have to put down an extra security deposit. Or it could cause you to miss out on a mortgage or a car note. These are all real damages. And even if you don't miss out on a note or a loan, you may pay a higher interest rate. Then you've paid more money than you should have paid for a loan. So there are real hard damages that can come from a Fair Credit Reporting Act violation. Listen, my office has the know-how, the experience, and the systems to figure out whether you have a case and to bring that case against Hunter Warfield. But I can't do that until you call me. You don't have to take the abuse. You don't have to take the misinformation and the false credit reporting from Hunter Warfield. But I can't help you until you call me. Look, you've got nothing to lose. I won't charge you to talk to you or to evaluate your case. And at the end of the case, we'll be able to recover your attorney's fees. I don't charge anything to work for you, but I can't work for you until you call me. So call my office before they call you again. My number is 210-226-0800. Thanks for watching.